report, Nichols Street.
Code 16.
That's 04, infant having a seizure, not breathing. Fairfield Engine 1, be advised the caller's husband is apparently running to the police station now with the child. She does not see him.
It was one of those calls that you hope you never hear or you hope you never experience. Apparently a neighbor of the Firehouse had a baby that experienced a type of seizure that's consistent with that age group. With this type of seizure, sometimes it appears as if the infant goes into respiratory arrest, and the father, who was very, very upset, he chose not to wait, and he actually ran to fire station number 1 in his underwear, carrying his baby. Fortunately, the information from the scene through the man's wife was relayed to the ECC. They kept our firefighters and police officers abreast of the situation as it unfolded. When he got here, we were waiting for him. Our firefighters were able to take take the baby from the child and lay him down and start initiating medical care. And very, very quickly we found out that it was not an infant who was in respiratory arrest, but rather one who was experiencing a febrile seizure. And AMR showed up. The paramedic did an excellent job, not only in calming the father, but in providing emergency medical care to the infant. Mom showed up, and as of this point, the baby's en route to the hospital with what we consider to be a non-life-threatening emergency. We're not going to go into the names of the victims, but it was one of those calls that every firefighter hates to hear, a baby not breathing, but as it turns out, it was something that happens quite often, and it also often is one of the scariest things that a parent can undergo. I know one of my children experienced a febrile seizure about the same age as this one, a little over a year old, and it's very, very scary. And as a parent, you feel extremely helpless. But one of the lessons to be learned here, not to Monday morning quarterback the actions of a parent who just did what they thought was the best possible thing they could have done, is if you dial 911 and you wait for help to arrive, we can guarantee that we can quickly arrive on scene and provide medical care. And if, God forbid, this individual ran to the firehouse and nobody was in quarters because we were out at another call, it would have resulted in a significant delay. So tonight's incident worked out 100% on many levels, but lessons learned: have faith in the system, have faith in the emergency communication dispatchers to get the help where it's needed in a very, very quick manner. And other than that, it's all good, Steve.
If the child didn't get the care that you gave them tonight, on the scene, would it have been a different outcome?
It's hard to say. A febrile seizure is usually something that occurs as a result of an extremely high temperature, and when that situation occurs, one of the most important things that has to happen is the infant needs to be cooled quickly. And if by chance the febrile seizure results into some sort of an airway obstruction or a more significant life-threatening medical emergency, it's important to have medical care. It's something that we see very often, and it is something that requires a trip to the hospital. So I'm not saying that our firefighters saved a life. I'm saying their actions made an emergency situation much, much better on every level. So their actions contributed to the remediation of this incident tonight.